High in the hills of Manipur, where the air was always cool and the sky a brilliant blue, lived two young brothers, Barak and Surma. Identical twins, they shared the same mischievous grin and eyes that sparkled with the spirit of adventure. Their laughter echoed through the quaint village, a melody as familiar as the chirping of birds in the morning. Their parents, respected weavers known for their intricate designs, looked upon them with pride. The brothers, inseparable since birth, were as different as the sun and the moon. Barak, the elder by a mere breath, possessed a quiet strength and a contemplative nature. Surma, on the other hand, was a whirlwind of energy, always eager for the next challenge. Yet their bond ran deeper than the rivers that flowed through the lush valleys of their homeland. They shared a love for their village, a place where life was a tapestry woven with ancient customs and vibrant celebrations. Their days were filled with the simple joys of village life. They helped their parents at the loom, their nimble fingers learning the ancient art of weaving. They played in the rice paddies, chased butterflies through the bamboo groves, and listened with wide-eyed wonder to the tales recounted by the village elders. Life was a song, and they were ready to sing along. Their village, nestled amidst emerald green hills, was a place of ancient traditions and vibrant festivals. The rhythmic beat of drums during ceremonies, the scent of incense wafting from the temple, the colourful attire of the villagers, all these were threads in the rich tapestry of their lives. The villagers lived in harmony with nature, their lives intricately intertwined with the rhythms of the seasons. The location of their village, strategically situated at the crossroads of ancient trade routes, had made it a melting pot of cultures. Traders from distant lands, their caravans laden with exotic goods, would often stop by, bringing with them stories of faraway places and customs. These stories fueled the boys' imagination, igniting within them a thirst for adventure that went beyond the familiar hills that cradled their village. One festival in particular held a special place in their hearts. The Thuni Festival, a celebration of strength, courage, and the spirit of competition. It was a time when young men from their village and beyond would gather to prove their mettle in feats of skill and daring. For Barak and Surma, the Thuni Festival was more than just a spectacle. It was a rite of passage, a chance to prove themselves worthy of their ancestors' legacy. The Thuni Festival arrived with the vibrancy of 1,000 suns. The air buzzed with anticipation as villagers, adorned in their finest attire, thronged the village square. The rhythmic beat of drums reverberated through the air, stirring the soul and setting hearts racing. The festival was a kaleidoscope of colors, sounds, and emotions, a testament to the spirit of their people. Barak and Surma, caught up in the infectious energy of the festival, felt a surge of excitement. They had been training for this day, honing their skills in wrestling, archery, and racing. Their father, a former champion wrestler, had drilled into them the importance of discipline, strategy, and honor. Their mother, her eyes filled with a mixture of pride and apprehension, had blessed them, whispering prayers for their safety and success. The highlight of the festival was the bird-catching competition, a test of agility, speed, and precision. Hundreds of birds, their feathers a riot of colors, were released into the sky. The challenge to catch the birds with bare hands, a feat that required extraordinary skill and a touch of luck. Barak and Surma, their eyes fixed on the sky, their bodies taut with anticipation, joined the other young men in this exhilarating contest. The sky exploded in a cacophony of color as the birds took flight. Their wings beat the air, creating a mesmerizing spectacle that captivated the onlookers. Barak and Surma, their movements as swift and graceful as the birds themselves, weaved through the crowd, their eyes never leaving their targets. The crowd roared with every successful catch, their cheers echoing through the valley. Barak, with his calm demeanor and sharp focus, managed to capture 3 birds, their vibrant plumage a testament to his skill. Surma, a whirlwind of energy, darted through the crowd, his laughter mingling with the excited shouts of the spectators. He emerged from the throng, 5 birds clutched firmly in his grasp, a triumphant grin on his face. Their success in the bird-catching competition brought honor to their family and village. Their parents, their faces beaming with pride, embraced them warmly. The village elders showered them with blessings, their voices hoarse from cheering. That night, as the village celebrated their victory, Barak and Surma felt a deep sense of accomplishment. They had proven their worth, not just to themselves, but to their entire community. Section 5. Whispers of the Jenna. The euphoria of the festival, however, was short-lived. A shadow fell over the village, a sense of unease settling over the villagers like a shroud. Whispers of a Jenna spread like wildfire, casting a pall over the festive atmosphere. A Jenna, a period of taboo declared by the village elders for various reasons, often to appease the gods or restore balance, meant strict restrictions on everyday life. The reason for this particular Jenna, however, was shrouded in mystery. The village elders, their faces grim, refused to divulge the details, only saying that it was a matter of grave importance. Fear and uncertainty gripped the villagers. The once familiar rhythm of life came to a standstill as everyone waited with bated breath for the elders' pronouncements. For Barak and Surma, the sudden shift in atmosphere was unsettling. The joy of their victory at the Thuni festival seemed a distant memory. The air, once alive with laughter and music, was now thick with tension. Even the birdsong seemed muted, as if nature itself was holding its breath. What had caused the elders to declare a Jenna, and what did it mean for them and their village? Section 6. Flight from familiar grounds. The village elders, after much deliberation, finally revealed the reason for the Jenna. A terrible pestilence, they announced, had befallen a neighboring village. To prevent its spread, they had declared a period of strict isolation. No one was allowed to enter or leave the village. The villagers, though gripped by fear, accepted the elders' decree with stoic resignation. Life, for the time being, would be confined within the bamboo fences of their village. Barak and Surma, however, found it difficult to sit idle. The restrictions of the Jenna chafed at their adventurous spirit. They longed for the freedom of the open hills, the thrill of the chase, the camaraderie of their friends from neighboring villages. One evening, driven by a restless energy they couldn't ignore, they made a decision that would change their lives forever. Under the cloak of darkness, they slipped past the bamboo gates of their village. Their hearts pounded with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. They knew they were breaking the elders' decree, but they justified their actions by telling themselves they would be careful, that they would stay away from the infected village. Little did they know that their act of defiance would have far-reaching consequences. Not just for themselves, but for their entire village. Word of Barak and Surma's transgression spread through the village like wildfire. The villagers, already on edge due to the Jenna, were outraged. The elders, their authority challenged, were furious. They saw the boys' actions not just as disobedience, but as a grave disrespect for tradition, a transgression that could anger the gods and bring further misfortune upon them. A village meeting was hastily convened. The atmosphere was tense, the air thick with anger and apprehension. The elders, their faces grim, listened as villagers voiced their concerns and anxieties. Some called for leniency, reminding everyone of the boys' youth and impulsiveness. Others, however, demanded strict punishment, arguing that any leniency would be seen as weakness and could invite further transgressions. Barak and Surma, their adventure cut short, were summoned to the village square. They stood before the elders, their heads bowed in shame. They knew they had erred, but the weight of their actions, the potential consequences for their village, pressed down on them with suffocating force. The elders, their faces etched with the wisdom of generations, looked upon them with a mixture of disappointment and sadness. Their mother, her heart torn between love for her sons and respect for tradition, pleaded for leniency. Her voice, usually filled with laughter, trembled with emotion as she spoke of their good deeds, their love for the village, their youthful indiscretion. She reminded the elders that they were still young, that they had erred out of restlessness, not malice. She begged them to consider the love of a mother, to temper justice with mercy. The village elders, their faces etched with the burden of responsibility, listened patiently. They understood a mother's love, the depth of her sacrifice, the ferocity of her protectiveness. They too had children, had felt the tug of familial bonds in the face of difficult decisions. But they also understood the weight of tradition, the importance of upholding the laws that had kept their village safe for generations. The decision, however, was not theirs to make alone. The villagers, their lives intricately intertwined, their fates bound together by tradition and belief, would have their say. And so, as the moon cast long shadows across the village square, The elders turned to their people, seeking their counsel in this difficult hour. The village, torn between tradition and forgiveness, couldn't reach a consensus. The debate raged on, fueled by fear, anger, and a deep-seated belief in the power of the Jenna. Amidst the turmoil, as if echoing the discord, the skies opened up. Torrential rain lashed down, flooding the village square, mirroring the torrent of emotions swirling within the hearts of the people. Barak and Surma, witnessing the chaos they had unleashed, were overcome with remorse. They realized the gravity of their actions, the potential consequences for their loved ones, their village. In that moment of clarity, they made a decision, a selfless act of sacrifice to protect those they held dear. They would surrender themselves to the forces of nature, accept whatever fate awaited them. With heavy hearts, they stepped forward, their eyes reflecting the turmoil within. They embraced their parents one last time, their tears mingling with the rain. Then, under the watchful eyes of the village, they walked towards the edge of the village, towards the surging river, ready to offer themselves as penance for their transgression. As Barak and Surma reached the raging river, a hush fell over the village. The rain intensified, the wind howled, as if nature itself was responding to their sacrifice. And then, in a flash of blinding light, a miracle, or perhaps a curse, unfolded before their eyes. Barak and Surma were transformed, their bodies merging with the rushing currents, becoming one with the river. The villagers watched in stunned silence as the river, now swollen and turbulent, surged forward, splitting into two distinct flows. One flow, powerful and unyielding, flowed eastward, carving a path through the rugged terrain, mirroring Barak's strength and resolve. The other flow, winding and graceful, meandered southward, reflecting Surma's playful spirit. These two rivers, born from sacrifice and sorrow, became lifelines for the people of Assam and Bangladesh. They were named Barak and Surma, a constant reminder of the twin brothers whose love for their village and respect for tradition transcended even death. And so the legend of Barak and Surma lived on, whispered by the wind, carried by the currents, a testament to the enduring power of love, sacrifice, and the interconnectedness of all things.